Hello everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Check this out. Another stunning day here in Chicago. We rarely get full weeks of this in the summer in Chicago. Heat without humidity, just gorgeous, beautiful day with a breeze. What is this? It's amazing. So I'm out gardening because I can. That's all that's running through my head this week. Because I can. For those of you that are just catching up, I said goodbye to a friend this past 2 weeks now. Lovely woman from my cancer support group passed away, and she was immobile for the last 2 years of her life, and a lot of our conversations had to be around, especially when I got back on my feet, or even when I was struggling to get back on my feet, right? When it was like, okay, I would call her up and be like, Ellen, I walked 2 blocks today, and then I would tell her about the walk because her cancer immobilized her, and so she was really part of my journey of finding my body again, strengthening, and she was a huge walker too, so naturally I'm still thinking a lot about why. Because I can, right? Why am I gardening? Why did I plant flowers? I plan on traveling as much as I can this summer, and yet I decided, yeah, I'm still gonna plant flowers. I worked out a deal with my lovely neighbor next door. She'll take care of them. And I get the joy of still gardening when I'm here every day, right? Because I can. And now that I have my body, like consistently, it's still, I mean, I shat myself in public twice this past week, but I'm smart enough to wear diapers, so it's okay. My body still does this, but I can still, I know right now that I'm gonna get up tomorrow morning and I'm gonna do something. And so I've been kind of thinking a lot about, because my God, I didn't think I was gonna get this again, right? So I'm not wasting a second of it, a minute of it, and I'm thinking about. I remember last year I went to my oncologist when things weren't really working, and with my dear friend Natalie, and the reality is I still have cancer. Lord only knows what's going to happen. At that time, it was some real conversations, and I remember my friend Natalie asked me, okay, well, what do you want to do with the rest of your time? And I remember at the time how heavy that was, how joyous it was, because I have the option to make that decision. I have such an amazing group of friends and an amazing wife that no matter what I conjure up, they will make happen. It's amazing. So, yeah. But I was also really sick at that time, and it was really hard to even think about, what do you want to do with the rest of your time when you can't get out of bed, right? So I can get out of bed. So I'm thinking about, what do I want to do? And then it's funny, when I start thinking about this, and I think about my bucket list, and I have a saying that I use all the time, and it's called, wear the shoes, right? Anyone have that grandmother? I didn't have that grandmother, but anyone have someone in their life that wrapped their furniture in plastic, right? That's amazing. That's awesome. They kept it. Bought shoes, the fancy shoes, the fancy purse, they put it in the closet and they never used it, right? Well, I say use it. I say wear the shoes, right? Don't wait for tomorrow what you can do today. And that, the gift of that, which is so amazing, because if I think about a bucket list, I don't really have one. I had a wonderful grandmother that passed away when I was young, 18. I was very lucky. Gosh, I was like 18 by the time she passed away. How fortunate is that, right? But my grandmother was, she was really special to us because, as I've mentioned before, the adults in our life hadn't figured out adulting, so childhood was woohoo. But the one wonderful ray of sunshine always was my grandmother. I really wish she could see my sister today and see how my sister turned out and what an amazing mom she is. Because I think my grandmother gave us that love and that care and that compassion and empathy and all good things. Anyways, when she was dying, I was a hot mess. I was a teenager that was flopping on couches, living out of my car. I emancipated myself when I was 16 and said fuck you to the world, and I was a hot mess. Somehow my grandmother always found me. And somehow she always found me. It was amazing. She'd show up with groceries, no questions asked, and just whatever. She was just always there for me. So she sat me down, and she was dying, and she says, you know, Nikki, I'm going to tell you 2 things. And number 1 is get the fuck out of here. She didn't say fuck, but she said get out of here. Because she knew that the area that I grew up in, the situation that I grew up in, the path I was on, like, that was it. I was writing my own death notice, to be honest, if I stayed there. I probably would have OD'd by the time I was 20. I probably would have, I don't know, ended up in yucky situations. So she told me, get out of here. Just leave, start fresh, start new. Okay. And I did that as soon as she died. And then the other thing she told me, which is where the shoes comes from, is my grandmother worked her ass off her whole life. She was a single mom. Her husband was a drunk and abandoned her when she was, little babies. I can't imagine dealing with that in society during that time, let alone Catholic shame and guilt. Oh God, she must have been terrorized. But she worked, and she still smiled. And anyways, she said to me, because she had spent the last years of her life on a dairy farm, and if any of you are farmers or have lived that life or know that life, then you know that it's 7 days a week, 365 days a year, no days off ever. And she always said, when I retire, when we sell the farm, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. When we sell the farm, blah, blah, blah. Well, she sold the farm, she was diagnosed with cancer, and she was dead momentarily later. How shitty is that? So she said, Nikki, you plan for tomorrow. Don't be stupid. Plan for tomorrow. But you live for today. If you want something, you work for it. You make it happen. You want to do something, you do it. You want to be something, then lay down the brick and build yourself into that. Plan for tomorrow. Don't be stupid, but live for today. And it was so incredibly impactful to me because I just watched all of her dreams disappear because she got this disease, and it was so unfair, and it was so just god awful. And so after she passed, I headed out west, started a new life. And I lived every single day to the fullest. Sometimes overfull. But yeah, because of the gift of that, the gift of having seen that, experienced that, I made sure that I wore the shoes. I've traveled around the world, I've traveled around this country, and I never let anything stop me. If I couldn't afford it, I walked. If you make choices. And so now when I think about, like, I've got this back, I've got another chance to really, really make sure that, like, what do I want to do with the rest of my time? And then I can do it, and then I do it. I've got a window, and I'm going to take it. And honestly, it's things like this. It's turning on the grill and being able to have friends come over and go to dinner. This week, I had a friend come over, vaccination life, right? That's what I want. I want to grill. I want to go to dinner this weekend with some friends. I want to explore with my friends and family. I want more of that. I want to feel that sun. Enjoy this. Enjoy my wife, my dog, my friends, my family. That's what I want to do. I'm so grateful I always chose to just go for it. Just live life like there might not be a tomorrow. How fucking fortune telling is that? Anyways, it's a gorgeous day. I'm going to continue enjoying it, and I hope you do too. Thank you for joining me. And remember, wear the shoes.